Welcome to this episode of Chattin With Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about Carmine Agnello and his sentence and what else he has to deal with. We got a lot of other things to talk about today. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you guys want to help out the channel, you can donate to the Cash App at Chattin With Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. I appreciate every single dollar. Goes right back into the show so I can bring you the dopest content possible. If you want to tell your story on Chattin With Staxx, just email me at billstaxx2021@gmail.com and we'll make it happen. Thank you guys. We just hit another milestone, 25,500 subscribers. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching. Ken, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you. Once we get to 30,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. And I'm going to give away some money. So tell a friend to tell a friend. So we got a lot of things to talk about today. If you haven't heard, Andrew Tate has been arrested, him and his brother. And it's not looking good for them. But they posted a video. One of them did. One of them posted a video about this situation right before they got charged. So let's take a look at this video. Check it out.
Clear up this news you're seeing on the timeline. The British state has accused me of a crime. They said 15 years ago I did something I wasn't supposed to do and I'm a criminal. But they won't tell me who against. They won't tell me where it happened. They won't tell me when it happened. They just said 15 years ago you did a crime. And I said, okay, against who? We're not telling you. In case you tweet it. Why would I tweet it? What are you talking about? Tell me who I committed this crime against so I can defend myself. Nope. We're not going to let you defend yourself. You're accused of a crime. You're charged with a crime. We won't tell you who against. And I said, well, then how do I put a defense together? And they said, well, if you come to England, we'll tell you. I said, sure, I'll come to England. No problem. All I want to know is, can you guarantee I will not be remanded in custody? They said, no, we're not going to guarantee you that. If you come to England, there's a strong chance you're going to go to Belmarsh, remanded in custody for years, pre-trial. And I'm like, so you are accusing me of a crime. You've issued a warrant. You won't tell me who the crime was committed against, if they even exist, because they don't. These are made-up victims, completely made up. They have people hiding behind anonymity and just attacking me, demanding millions of euros, millions of dollars for things that happened in 2009. Nobody's telling me what these things are. Nobody's telling me who these people are. Nobody's telling me when they happened, where they happened, nothing. And they're saying if I go to jail, they'll tell me, but I have to fly to England and put myself in jail. And I know you're wondering, how come when Britain, as it collapses and doesn't give a fuck about grooming gangs, doesn't give a fuck about the stabbings, doesn't care about the drugs on the street, doesn't care about any of the real crime, how come they keep talking about Andrew Tate? That's because I highlight the problems with the country. They don't want to fix the problems. They want to get rid of me for talking about the problems. So why do I get to travel the world so freely? Why have I been to 25 countries this year? Because when I land in Hong Kong and the British government call the authorities and say, we need Andrew Tate, we have a warrant, the authorities say, well, what's the warrant for? And who's it against? And the British state says, we don't want to tell you who the victims are. The victims don't exist, so no country will extradite me. So I'm traveling the world completely free. No country respects England anymore. Nobody's sending me to them. I'm living as a free man. They keep putting on the BBC that they want to get hold of me. And I'm saying, tell me who my accuser is, and I'll come talk to you. And they're like, no, because they've completely made it up. They've made it up to slander me in the media over and over and over again. Their intention is to just lie about me, lie about charges, lie about victims, lie, so that I don't support Rupert.
What do you guys think about this situation? So he posts that video, right? And then a few moments later, there is another video. And it's right here. in Miami. They're being extradited to the UK.
Back up. Back up. Guys, back up.
And they're not going to get bond in the UK. Probably not, right?
You know the score? Are you able to pull it up some
So it's not looking good for them. So they've been arrested in Miami. And it says here, notorious brothers arrested in Miami. It says two of the internet's most polarizing influencers were taken into custody in Miami on Saturday. This time, a request from Britain authorities, Andrew and Tristan Tate, were arrested by U.S. Marshals on a sealed UK warrant tied to a sprawling set of offenses. Trafficking charges, report says. Britain is seeking the extradition of the dual U.S. British citizens. I did not know they were U.S. citizens as well, because they're always living in different countries, right? Britain Crown Prosecution Services say Andrew Tate, 30 now faces 7 fresh R counts, 3 counts of arranging and facilitating trafficking for S exploitation, 3 counts of S causing bodily harm, 19 additional charges involving indecent images and of a child and extreme pornography. Wow. Tristan Tate, 38, faces new counts, including 2 of R, 1 of S assault, 3 related to trafficking and S exploitations. The UK prosecutors say the alleged offenses date back from 2010 to 2017. But in that video you've seen there, he said that they date back to 2009. They involve 7 alleged victims, bringing the total number of charges to the brothers to a number of 59. These charges, decisions followed receipts of further filed of evidence at the Bedfordshire police. The men who have millions of online followers promote a lifestyle. They have been detained. They have denied any wrongdoing. A lawyer for them said they are innocent and plan to challenge the arrest. They also face separate criminal charges in the UK and Romania over human trafficking related to allegations. The brothers were in detention in Romania last year. These guys been arrested like 3 different times. They've been held in prison for a while, right? They flew to Florida and they were allowed to leave the country. The brothers appeared to have strong allies with President Trump's orbit. But we'll see what happens. What do you guys think is gonna happen with these guys? Do you think they're gonna get let go by Britain? I highly doubt it. I don't think they're going to let him go. This is pretty serious shit. But anyway, we got a lot of other things to talk about today. There's been a lot of motorcycle accidents. 2 were killed in a motorcycle crash at Heyman Shopping Center. This is out of Louisiana. Heyman, Louisiana. 2 people on a motorcycle were killed Saturday evening after a bike slammed into another vehicle near a shopping center, police said. Heyman police were called to the crash at Chanel Shopping Center, West Thompson Street, around 6:45 p.m. Police said the motorcycle driver was illegally passing another vehicle when it hit a car at high speed at the intersection. Both riders were thrown from the motorcycle and landed off the road. The motorcycle came to a rest at a grassy area several feet away. Both riders were pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the car was not hurt. The names of the two riders have not been released. Police say they are working to notify the victims' families first. Police say they do not believe alcohol or drugs played a role in the crash. However, it is standard in all fatal crashes. A blood sample will be collected and sent to the state crime lab for testing. I'll bring you guys more information as it becomes available. Let's see here. 2 were injured in a motorcycle mishap in Pelham County. A man and his passenger, this is out of North Dakota, St. Thomas, North Dakota. God damn it. Right as I'm reading this to you, a thing pops up for a credit card. No, not doing that. Police say a man stolen a motorcycle, dies in a Las Vegas crash. So he stole a motorcycle and dies in a Las Vegas crash. The driver of a car, 38-year-old Las Vegas man, was taken to the UMC for minor injuries, according to police. Did not display signs of impairment, and he was cooperated with the ongoing investigation. The death was the 63rd traffic-related fatality of the Metro's jurisdiction this year. So 63 people have died in crashes involving motorcycles, or it doesn't specify if it's just motorcycle-related crashes. Let's see here. So they put out another article about the whole get together in Canada. It says, hell of a party. Biker gangs among 3 main outlaw outfits in the Windsor area. This is out of Windsor, Canada. Roughly 800 outlaw bikers rolling into Windsor over the weekend. This party is a must, they say. If you're a member, your club out has to be present and represented from wherever you are, said Windsor Police Chief. He said it's a mandatory run for them. They'll be coming from all over Canada and likely from the United States. But a lot of them probably get turned away at the border, right? Windsor Police issued an alert Monday that hundreds of outlaw bikers would be in the area of Windsor, Essex until Sunday. Windsor Police are monitoring gang members this weekend in a joint forces operation with OPP-led biker enforcement unit. I'll bring you guys more information if anything transpires during this situation, but I highly doubt it. You know, they try to villainize all these people. They don't care. I thought this story was crazy, so I wanted to bring it to you guys. This is out of Chicago. 5 people were shot at a funeral held for greater love at a church. So they're having a funeral and 5 people are shot. A gruesome scene broke out at the Greater Love church Friday evening when a shooter showed up and opened fire, striking multiple victims. Police said 5 people, including the alleged shooter, were all shot in their lower extremities. All 5 are expected to survive. Shooting happened just before 6 p.m. Police chief said a fight broke out across the street from the funeral at the church across the street. During the fight, someone pulled out a gun and started firing into the crowd. The officers saw that and took action and returned fire. Oh, this is out of Detroit, not Chicago. My bad. It says, my thoughts are with the victims, their families, and this congregation. I am grateful that all the victims are expected to survive. I mean, who starts shooting at a fucking church at a funeral? Like, crazy. They respond, save lives, she said. The worship place should be a safe place. They thank the Detroit Police Department for their intelligence work that put officers in position to protect their congregation. show courage. They say our hearts are with the individuals injured, their families, and everyone impacted by the senseless violence. So I guess the shooter was hit too. It's crazy. So Lorraine man faces charges after punching his girlfriend outside a library and threatening her life in Brook Park. He said he was gonna have organized crime come after her. A Lorraine man, 38, faces charges that he punched his girlfriend in the face, punctured her tires with a knife, and threatened to kill her by organized crime organization. The woman called police around 11 p.m. July 6th. She said the man sitting on a motorcycle outside Brook Park Branch Library on Eagle Road threatened to murder her over something she didn't know about. The man then climbed off his motorcycle, punched the woman in the face, slammed her head into her own sports utility vehicle, and hitting her head on the motor with a motorcycle helmet. So he has been arrested. I mean, you can't make this shit up, right? Let me see if I could get this picture for you guys. An Irish mafia member was allegedly stabbed the inmate in the eye with a prison shank. Let me get you a picture of this guy. Wait till you see the part about Gotti. It's I mean, listen, him giving up his kidney and all that for his mom, that's a noble thing, right? He's helping his mom, save his mom's life and all that. But there's a lot of unanswered questions about this whole case and the pending charges he has against him. It's like really weird. He's got some explaining to do. Hey, come and speak, you angry? How you doing? Chat's empty today. Nah, it's all good. Hey, Silver Pinball Museum, what's going on? How are you? Herman, what's good? Hey, it's Sunday. People are probably enjoying their day, right? Irish American mafia member stabbed inmate in the eye with a prison shank attack. Daniel Jones, 46, is already serving a 120-year sentence for 2 homicides. Prison inmate will serve an additional 37 years behind bars for attempting to kill a fellow inmate in a hit for the Irish American mafia. Insane. What do you guys think about that? I'll get more information about this situation. Tomorrow, we got a really good show for you guys. Don't miss it. It's going to be around 12 o'clock. So a mob hit behind bars. Irish American Mafia associate gets 37 more years after prison shank attack that left inmate stabbed in the eye. Prison sentence was already expected to keep him behind bars for more than a century, now becoming even longer after authorities say an Irish American Mafia associate carried out brutal attempted hit from inside the prison walls. Daniel Jones, 46, already serving 120 years sentence for 2 separate homicides, have been sentenced to 37 years in prison on top of the 120 years he's already doing. That's a long fucking time. I mean, 157 years in prison. So this is for an attack prosecutors described as attempted assassination attempt connected to the Irish American Mafia. A violent assault unfolded inside a correctional facility where investigators say Jones used a makeshift prison weapon, commonly known as a shank, to attack another inmate in what prosecutors allege is a planned hit. According to court officials, Jones stabbed the victim in the eye during the attack, causing serious injuries. Prosecutors argue that assault was not spontaneous prison fight, but a deliberate attempt to carry out violence on behalf of the criminal organization. The case highlights longstanding concerns of law enforcement agencies across the country, organized crime groups attempting to maintain influence even after their members are incarcerated. Prison officials have historically warned that criminal organizations, including traditional mafia groups and prison gangs, can continue to operate behind bars through intimidation, violence, communication with the outside associates. Prosecutors said Jones' actions demonstrate the continued danger he posed, despite already serving one of the harshest prison sentences possible. Before the prison attack, Jones had already been convicted in connection with 2 killings, resulting in an original 120-year sentence. An additional 37-year term ensures he will remain incarcerated even longer for the attempted murder behind bars. But does it matter? He already had 120 years. Does it really even matter? So during the sentence, the seriousness of attacking another prisoner with a deadly weapon, and argued that the punishment was necessary to hold Jones accountable to protect others within the correctional system. So if he got an appeal on that first case, the 120-year sentence, he might have been able to get out, right? But now he has this other case. If you win an appeal on one, doesn't mean you win it on the other one. So it will be harder for him to get out. Defense attorneys argued that their position regarding the sentence, but court ultimately determined the attack was unwarranted, and it warranted additional punishment. The case also shed light on the history of the American Irish organized crime groups have played a role in criminal activity in several major U.S. cities for more than a century. Unlike the Italian American mafia organizations that dominate the headlines for decades, Irish American crime groups often operate through smaller, more loosely structured networks involved in activities such as extortion, gambling, drug trafficking, and violent enforcement. Authorities say individuals connected to organized crime sometimes use violence as a method of maintaining reputation and control while imprisoned. For Jones, the latest conviction adds another chapter to a criminal record already marked by extreme violence. The additional 37-year sentence serves as a reminder of the incarcerated does not always end in the reach of organized crime. Law enforcement officials continue to monitor criminal networks inside prisons where rivalries, alliances, power struggles can sometimes turn deadly. With his combined sentence, Daniel Jones is expected to spend the remainder of his life behind bars. So that sucks for him. Hey, Al Roseberry, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you. Took my kid to Canada's Wonderland yesterday, 12 hours. My everything hurts. Hey, but he had a good time, right? That's all that matters, right? Canada Wonderland. I never even heard of that place. What is it, like a amusement park or something? So there's an article out that the Mongols have an official website now, right? It says the Mongols MC official website unveiling the world of one of the most notorious motorcycle clubs. The Mongols MC official website. The Mongols Motorcycle Club, transnational organization with a reputation for fear and respect, has been part of a global motorcycle culture for over 5 decades, with a presence in over 40 countries and an estimated 1,000 members. The club has made headlines for involvement in various crimes, including extortion, money laundering, and murder. But what lies beneath the surface of the notorious club? The article dives into the world of the Mongols MC, exploring their official website and everything you need to know about them as an organization. I'm not going to get into all that today. So there was a raid. I believe this was in Australia. Another arrest after police raid the Nomads Bikies. So the Nomads is like just a motorcycle club, right? Police attached to the Raptor Squad North have laid further charges following raids earlier this year at the premise of the Nomads outlaw motorcycle gang across the Central Coast. During searches of the premises, police allegedly found 9 firearms, ammunition, and commercial quantity of prohibited drugs. What does that even mean? A commercial quantity? I don't get that. Does anyone understand that? I'm trying to get a picture for you guys. You're doing an amazing job, Stag. Keep up the amazing work. The best out there. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Picture non-Disneyland. It's like Six Flags or Disneyland. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll look it up. I got a lot of interviews dropping. Make sure you check out Patreon. So, the strike force Bencroft was established by the State Crime Squad and Raptor Squad to investigate supply of drugs, possession of firearms by the Nomads, OMCGs. Following extensive inquiries, police arrested a 24-year-old man from Newcastle police station on Thursday, July 16th. He is charged with 24 offenses, including supply of prohibited drugs greater than a large commercial quantity, possession of several various unregistered firearms and pistols, possession of ammunition without a license or a permit, possession of stolen firearms, possession of a tablet of drugs, tablet press. He was charged with a tablet press, knowingly dealing with proceeds of crime, supplying cannabis, possession of drugs, participation in a group, contribute to criminal activity. These latest charges follow searches earlier this year when the Raptor Squad North officers conducted firearm prohibited orders, compliance checks at the homes of 2 different men, allegedly seizing privately manufactured firearm silencers and prohibited drugs. On February 3rd, police were notified of a single vehicle crash on the Pacific Highway in San Remo, where a man was seen running from the scene with a black bag. Police officers and a dog squad searched the area and found the 2 black bags, allegedly containing a case with 2 pistols, a large amount of methamphetamine, and MDMA. Short time later, the Raptor Squad North officers conducted a crime scene search warrant at the home of San Remo. During the search, officers allegedly seized 7 more firearms, ammunition, commercial quantities of prohibited drugs, 2 pill presses, drug paraphernalia, and about $6,500 in cash. 3 men have since been charged and remain before the courts. The man charged on July 16th was remanded into custody until court appearance. So I'll bring you guys more information as it becomes available. So we got a sad situation. A boxer has been killed in a road rage incident in Texas. This is a crazy situation. Let me get you a picture. So this is the boxer. Boxing star Hannah Rapp killed by alleged road rage driver while cycling in Texas. A rising star boxer was killed after she was allegedly struck by an alleged road rage driver who deliberately reversed onto her as she rode her bike along Texas highway, police said. Hannah Rapp, 26, who challenged the WBC Women's Featherweight Champion last month, died Saturday morning after being struck by a car. According to the statement of Sheriff's Office, the driver of the car, Charles Medina, 31, was later arrested and charged with manslaughter, and he was being held at the Brazo County Detention Center. Damn, that's crazy. Rapp ran track at Purdue University before she took up boxing. She relocated to College Station, Texas, turning pro in 2024 while still working full-time as a fire and life safety inspector in Texas A&M University, ESPN reported. Rapp started her boxing career 8-0-1. And last month, she challenged Tara Brown for the WBC Women's Featherweight title, ultimately losing by unanimous decision. Brown paid tribute to her former opponent, describing Rapp as the best dance partner I have ever faced as a pro. I mean, that's crazy. This dude just ran her over. I can show you guys a picture of him too if you want to see what he looks like. When she was asked for an autograph, it filled my heart. We were getting ready for war. She was still asking for my autograph. It made me smile, she said. We fought a great fight for the fans. From the first bell to the last, it was my honor to share the ring with her, Brown wrote. Tributes also poured in by the WBC president. The loss of Hannah Rapp leaves us heartbroken. She was an exceptional boxer, but above all, an invaluable member to our boxing family, he said in a statement. I mean, that's a sad situation. Here, I'll show you the guy that hit her. That's crazy. So he had something happen, a road rage incident, and he ended up running her over. So this is the man. He's been charged with manslaughter. It's a sad situation. She was young too, 26 years old. So, let's see here. Later on this week, we're going to be talking about the corrupt police officers up in Canada and how there's more corrupt police officers that have been arrested in Canada than bikers. You believe that shit? There's more police arrested in Canada than bikers. I mean, you can't make this shit up, really. There was a huge situation, Project South, and 3 police officers have been put back to work, but there were dozens that have been charged. And I hear that there's a huge case that's coming for the police. All right, so let's get to this this Gotti shit. Give me 1 second. Hit that like button. So this dude, Gotti, right? Carmine Agnello. So it is a noble thing for him to give up his kidney or whatever he is, right? I think it's a kidney, right? Victoria Gotti's son, prosecutors skeptical of requests to delay prison check-in to give mom kidney. I mean, it's a noble thing. He's saving his mom, giving her a kidney. The Gambino family crime boss, John Gotti's grandson, is asking a federal judge to delay his prison sentence a few more months so he can donate a kidney to his mom. Federal prosecutors are amendable to it. Though they are a bit skeptical, he'll actually go through with it. So what happens if he doesn't? I mean, they're not going to do anything if he doesn't go through with it, right? So here's the deal. Carmine Agnello, the son of Victoria Gotti, one of the Teflon Don's 5 children, is scheduled to surrender to federal authorities Monday and start a 15-month sentence for scamming the federal government out of $1.1 million in COVID relief fund. So this dude scammed $1.1 million from the federal government, and he gets 15 months in prison. He's out on bond, right? He gets sentenced, and he's waiting to go to prison. He's asking them for more time, but he gets arrested again for beating up his girlfriend. And now he's asking for more time. He still has to go to court for beating up his girlfriend. And they give him more time. You believe that? And then on top of that, I want to show you this video of what Gotti Jr. had to say after he got sentenced to the 15 months in prison. Now, remember, this dude admitted that he did it. He scammed the government out of $1.1 million. If it was you or me, right, we would be in prison for 20 years probably. Even if you didn't have a criminal record, you would be thrown under the jail. You scammed the government out of $1.1 million. But it's Gotti. It's one of the Gottis, right? So listen to what Gotti Jr. has to say. It's really Gotti the third, but people call him members Gotti of Jr., our family right? That went to prison. If you guys don't know, Gotti Jr. really is Gotti, the one that died in prison. That's Gotti Jr., technically. This guy is Gotti the third, technically. But everybody calls him Jr., but they don't know that his dad's name, John Gotti's dad's name was John Gotti. So listen to what Gotti Jr. has to say after his nephew gets sentenced.
We have 15 members of our family that went to prison. I think it's enough. I think it's enough. I think it's enough.
He thinks it's enough, right? Because they didn't do it to themselves, right? It's someone else's fault. Of course, it's someone else's fault.
We have 15 members of our family that went to prison. I think it's enough. I think it's enough. I think it's enough. I think it's enough. I think we did our part.
The reaction from John Jr. Gotti after his nephew Carmine Agnello was sentenced to 15 months in prison, not the 41 months prosecutors wanted. Agnello's attorney, Jeffrey Lichtman.
Well, he didn't get off. His life has been wrecked.
Agnello pleaded guilty and apologized in court for committing a COVID loan fraud scheme. The judge took into consideration the fact that Agnello plans to donate his kidney to his mother, Victoria Gotti. She was in the courtroom and made a groaning sound of disgust, not happy with the sentence.
Bingo! Like what? They're blaming it on other people. Like, this dude did it to himself. And then on top of that, he beats his girlfriend up while he's out on bond. Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, so he's going to prison, right, for 15 months. I'm shocked that they even let him continue with this sentence after he gets arrested while he's out on bond or waiting to go to jail, right? Usually, if it was me or you, they would rip the deal up and say, oh, no, you just got arrested again. The deal's no bueno now. But for him, of course, he can get it, right? He still gets the deal. Why? What did he do for them? I have a feeling something was done. All right, so check this out. So, Gotti's grandson arrested for allegedly domestic violence weeks before he's starting his COVID fraud sentence. This is out of Hempstead, Long Island. Carmine Agnello, the grandson of my boss, John Gotti, is under arrest for alleged domestic assault, police said, weeks before he's due to report to prison for COVID-19 fraud. Now, if this was you or me, and we got arrested right before we're supposed to go in to start a prison sentence, they would rip the deal up in our face, and we would be facing the maximum amount of time, right? The prosecutor wanted 40-something months. They gave him 15 months, and he gets arrested while he's waiting to go to prison. Police in Nassau County on Long Island, New York, said on Tuesday night that they were called to the East Norwich home where a verbal argument between Agnello and his girlfriend allegedly escalated into a physical fight. Agnello is accused of slapping and punching the woman multiple times before allegedly choking her. He allegedly smashed her phone on the ground, police said. Agnello was charged with assault, criminal obstruction of breathing, and criminal mischief. He said he's due in court on Thursday. Now, this happened a while ago, right? But they're not bringing up this case at his sentencing when he went to. I don't think they brung it up. The arrest comes just weeks before Agnello is due to begin serving his 15-month federal prison sentence following conviction in April on charges related to COVID-19 fraud. He pleaded guilty to stealing $1.1 million from Small Business Administration Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. He admitted to lying on the pandemic relief forms about the number of employees at his business, Crowning Auto Parts and Recycling. So this dude steals $1.1 million, is waiting to go to jail, waiting to start his 15-month prison sentence, beats his girlfriend up while out on bond, and he goes to court and he says, I need more time. And they give it to him. You believe this shit? Like, you can't make this up. Talk about preferential treatment. It's just crazy. Stu stole, he admitted to stealing $1.1 million, beats his girlfriend up, and they just, yeah, sure, you could have more time. No problem. Something's going on here that we all don't know about. I don't know what type of information he got or what's going on, but something is definitely up with this situation. So Gotti's grandson gets prison delay to save his mother. Judge grants extension for life-saving kidney donation. Now, do you guys think he'll go through with donating his kidney to his mom? I mean, don't get me wrong. That is a noble thing to do. I mean, anybody would probably do that for their mom, right? More than 3 decades after John Gotti dominated the headlines as a notorious boss of New York's Gambino crime family, another member of his family found himself before a federal judge. This time, the courtroom drama centered around not only crime and punishment, but on a chance to save a loved one's life. A federal judge has granted Carmine Agnello's, the 40-year-old grandson of the late mob boss John Gotti's, an extension on his prison surrender date so he can donate a kidney to his mother, Victoria Gotti, before beginning his 15-month federal prison sentence. I mean, they probably wish he didn't even have to go to prison. Obviously, anyone would wish that, right? I mean, they're probably thinking, why do I got to go to prison? I already went to court and admitted guilt. Because, I mean, that's what happens, right? The ruling allows Agnello of Oyster Bay, New York, to postpone reporting to Federal Bureau of Prisons until September 18th. So he's got, what, 2 more months, right? Provided the kidney transplant proceeds as scheduled August 3rd. So that's coming up, August 3rd. If he doesn't give the kidney up, he's going to be remanded into custody. Like, he has to give the kidney up. That's the only reason why he's even out, right? He's going to regret postponing this sentence because he's going to be sitting in prison like, damn, I could have been out already. The decision follows weeks of legal arguments over whether Agnello should receive additional time before entering federal custody. While prosecutors expressed skepticism due to earlier transplant date that never materialized, they indicated they would not oppose a delay if the life-saving procedure actually took place. So they don't think it's going to happen. They think he's lying. The court has ultimately agreed to extension, making it conditional upon transplant occurring as planned. So if it doesn't occur, he's going to prison. This case had drawn national attention because it combines two vastly different realities: federal fraud conviction and the son's effort to become an organ donor for his ailing mother. Victoria Gotti, daughter of the late John Gotti, longtime television personality and author, has battled chronic kidney disease, condition that can eventually require dialysis or a transplant when kidney functions declines. For Agnello, the judge ruling creates an opportunity to undergo the surgery, recover from the procedure, and then begin serving his prison sentence. His incarceration stems from federal conviction involving fraudulent acquisition at approximately $1.1 million in COVID relief small business relief loans. Damn. The funds were part of emergency federal programs established during the pandemic to assist businesses facing severe economic hardships. Federal prosecutors argue Agnello illegally obtained those relief funds, resulting in the conviction and the sentence of 15 months in prison. But if it was you or me, we'd be doing years in prison. Trust me. Although the sentence remains unchanged, court recognized extraordinary medical circumstances surrounding the case by permitting the delay surrender. But I don't think they talked about him beating up his girlfriend. He still has to face those charges. The ruling reflects a carefully balanced act. Court has often faced humanitarian concerns intersect with criminal sentencing. Judge routinely weighs the factors such as public safety, accountability, and personal circumstances of the defendant when deciding whether temporary delays are appropriate. In this case, the potential to provide life-saving organ transplant to an immediate family member proves significant enough to justify limited postponement. But if he doesn't give up that kidney, they're gonna snatch him up and put him right in prison. The decision also marks another chapter in continued public story of one of America's most recognized organized crime families. But listen, they're not in the mob. You ain't in the mob no more. Like, these people were never in the mob. John Gotti's famously known as the Teflon Don. He died in federal prison in 2002 after serving as a powerful boss of the Gambino crime family. While his criminal legacy remains one of the most documented in American history, his descendants have continued to attract public attention, both through legal proceedings and mafia appearances or media appearances. For Victoria, however, the focus is no longer on her family's notorious past, but deeply personal medical battles. And I hope she does, hopefully he does go through with this surgery and save his mom. And then he could just start his prison sentence, right? But it is a noble thing to do for your mother. If the August 3rd transplant proceeds successfully, the surgery could dramatically improve her quality of life while allowing her son to fulfill what may become one of the most meaningful acts of his life before reporting to prison on September 18th. Assuming all court conditions are met, Carmine Agnello is expected to begin serving his federal sentence. But before this chapter begins, the court has given him another opportunity to do something far removed from the headlines that have long surrounded the Gotti name, attempting to save his mother's life. So we'll see what happens with this situation. And don't forget, he still has the domestic case with his girlfriend before he has to go to prison. So we'll see if they combine it all together and throw that case out, or if he gets hit again. Thank you, man. Thank you, Al Rose. I appreciate you. Thank you guys all for joining me today. I appreciate you. We got a good story for you guys tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Rusty Dusty and the real reason he left. Stay tuned. If you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. If you guys, can you donate? If you can donate, please donate to the GoFundMe page of the person that was injured during the altercation at the Cadillac Ranch. I'll put a link in the description of this video. There is a GoFundMe page, and I'll put a link in the description. If you can donate, please donate. If you can't donate, please share the link. I think it's up to 21,000. Let's get it up to 30,000. Tommy, what's going on? Appreciate you. Driving, but listening. Thank you, guys. Let me see what that Canada Wonderland thing is. Let me check that out. Leviathan? Is that what it is? It's got a big ass roller coaster. It says, as a steel roller coaster, Wonderland, Ontario, in the medieval fair section of the park. It's pretty damn big, huh? It's like a big ass amusement park. They got a lake there and all that. It's pretty dope. I think it is part of Canada, right? I mean, it is part of Six Flags. I think it is. That's what it says here. Six Flags Canada's Wonderland. Official homepage of Six Flags Canada's Wonderland to explore rides, events, park updates. So I think it is part of Six Flags. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining me. Sending prayers out to Agnello's mom. I hope she gets her transplant and her health goes well. I got some good shows for you guys, a lot of good interviews. So stay tuned. I appreciate all you guys. Have a great weekend. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.